Okay. So as I'm telling you now, English language is one of the subjects that students should find very, very easy to pass. The reason is that the subject has about 4 to 5 aspects. We have essay and then we have letter writing. We have vocabulary, we have summary, we have comprehension, and then we have oral English. So my major concern here is that oral English, many students find it difficult, but it is one of the easiest aspects of English. Now, when you look at the oral English, for example, we have what we call the vowel charts. That vowel chart deals with the vowel sounds of speech. And there are 12 pure vowels on the chart, and we have 8 impure vowels. Everything adds up to 20. Then we also have what we call the consonantal chart. The consonantal chart deals with the places of articulation and the manners of articulation of the consonant sounds of oral English, or let me say phonetics. Then we also have diagrams of the speech organ. The diagram of the speech organ is like the human head. And when you look at it, when you study it very carefully, you see that all the organs of speech that we have on the consonantal chart is also there in the diagram of the speech organ. It doesn't make any difference as such. You explain everything like this. If you explain the diagram of the speech organ, and then you go back to the diagram of the consonantal chart, you explain everything, and then you come back to the diagram of the and then you explain the sounds on the consonantal chart. They are all 24. The places of articulation are there, you explain them, and then you explain the manners of articulation, and then you pick each sound one after the other, and you explain where does each sound occur. At initial position, medial and final position of English word. By the time you explain everything like this, and then you go back to the vowel charts. When you look at the vowel chart, we have movement of the tongue on the vowel chart, and we have position of the jaw on the vowel chart. By the time you explain everything like this, and the students grasp it, you will find oral English one of the easiest subjects to pass. And if they focus attention on it very well, they will be able to read any textbook on oral English outside, and then they will understand it. Because if you don't understand these sounds practically, and then you just go to a bookshop and you pick a book on oral English, you read it, you will not understand anything here. Because this thing is practical. What they are doing is an alternative to practical. You go to the classroom, you explain everything. By the time you finish explaining everything, and then you buy your book, you can read it and you understand everything. That is exactly what I want to do. When these 3 diagrams are ready, I will display them. That is the diagram of the speech organ, the consonantal chart, and the vowel chart. When they are ready, I will display them, and I will explain everything in detail, and then we go back to the sounds. After explaining the sound very well, then we now go to consonant clusters. If you don't understand the sound, you can never go to consonant clusters. That's the mistake that people do. When the students don't understand consonant clusters, the sounds, and then you just go to consonant clusters. In fact, they will not understand anything. You will see the sound B on the chart, and you call it B. You see P, and you call it P. When you see Ch, you don't even know what it means, and when you see J, you know what it means. So by the time the charts are ready, I will display everything, and I will explain everything before we proceed forward. By the time students start listening to this, they will understand everything, and they will be able to, in fact, they will find oral English one of the easiest. So when you are able to score high marks in oral English, you are able to write your letter very well, you are able to, write your letter very well, you summarize your passage, you answer questions and answer. You see that English language will never be your problem. You wouldn't even need anybody to stand by you in an exam and say number 1 is B, or bring one useless summary and say copy this, whereas everything is wrong. Oral English is for oral English. Somebody can just enter the exam hall and give you some wrong answers, and you don't understand. But if you understand, well, once you see it is wrong, you know that this person is wrong. You will not even focus attention to any useless answer that is brought to you. You will discard it and then focus on your own ability. And by the time you do that, you discover that your grade in English is automatic. So that is what I want us to do. Once the chart is ready, I've told you, diagram of the speech organ, consonantal chart and because I will explain everything and then we proceed forward. Thank you very much. That is it.